minerals for an extended period of time. It almost took out the Nexus, actually. I'm not really a virgin. Seriously, you guys. Awkward silence. And what's going on in the Terran base? Okay, factory explosion. That's what it's called. StarCraft 1 days, when Terran is secure in his map presence and he feels his economy is strong, he's going to make a ton of factories and make siege tanks and vultures. In this, I'm assuming it would be, I don't know, Thor's. What else comes out of the factory? Tanks, probably still. See, this is something Day 9 pointed out in his video earlier that he was commentating on StarCraft 2. If you haven't seen it, go to teamliquid.net and check it out. It's quite nice. He's a much better player than me. So, Protoss just has these units just sitting in the middle of the map, not a big force, just a little expeditionary force, and they're not serving any purpose other than they're going to get killed. You know, and if he kept them back, kept them safe, and then brought them with the rest of his units later, he'd stand a much better chance against this scary Terran force that's building with this factory explosion. I guess his intention was to harass up here, but I think he's vastly underestimated David Kim's economy, and now he's realizing, oh crap, dude's got like 7 factories. What am I going to do? Here comes a warp prism. This is a unit I use a lot at BlizzCon. It's really, really cool. It's kind of like the new drop mechanic for Protoss. Basically, it creates pylon energy anywhere beneath it that it disassembles, and you can use warp into warp right into wherever that thing is. So let's see where it's going. It looks like it's exploring down. I guess he had a hunch since he saw those units that he must have another expansion, so he's going to check out that island. Good instincts by Protoss, not going to lie. There you go. See how the Protoss energy comes down, and then boom, 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 warp in right from the gateways. You don't even have to have those units built. They're instantly built and warped in. They do have a unit cooldown on the gateways, though, so that's how they balance that. And he's probably going to lose these zealots, but he is going to do an absolute ton of damage to the economy here. He's killing lots of SCVs. Actually, he's not losing the zealots. Wow. And David Kim's forced to lift. That's good. Took out that expansion nicely. Looks like he's going to try and take the high yield expansion, which is what I would have done in the first place, but now he's going to do it, so that's cool. Reapers come in for some harassment and are quickly blocked by the Lawrence Taylor of StarCraft 2, the Stalker, because they blink just like Lawrence Taylor. I don't know. Okay, so Reapers are a cool unit, man. Look at them hopping around. They're cool jetpacks and their guns. And he's going to come in here, try and do some harassment. Instant warping. It's like this Protoss knows everything, man. It's cool. But he doesn't have vision of that cliff, so the Stalkers can't blink up there until they have vision. So looks like he's going to lose the assimilator. Not a huge deal, but it does suck. I got a shadow. Yep, that's an observer. So he's going to try and blink up there and take care of it. Oh, they hop back down, and hop back up, and he wasted his blink. So they're not coming down for a little while. I think the cooldown was 8 seconds when I played it, but I could be wrong. David Kim has 5,250 minerals and 153 supply. Protoss isn't that far behind, 138 versus 162, but David Kim could easily spend that money and hit max supply before the Protoss could. And I don't know the general rule, but I think the Protoss always wants to be ahead of the Terran in supply. Otherwise, they're really far, far behind, even if they're a little bit behind. You can see this Terran force split the Protoss here. It's got Zealots and Stalkers and a bunch of High Templars, so we'll see what happens here. Hopefully he brings these units from over here back in for a pincer. And we'll see who wins. He's setting up his siege line. The Thors are dancing around doing a gigantic robot mambo on Dancing with the Stars. And ooh, Psystorm is cool looking in this game, man. Look at that. And it looks like it's ripping shit up too, just like it used to. So that's good. It's just as ridiculous as it ever was. I'm happy about it. Thors are getting surrounded and wiped out. Very nice. I wish I could see the supply now in the minerals, or the bases, because I'm sure David Kim's been hey, there we go. Yeah, David Kim's down to 122. So Protoss, he has 3.5 expansions up, so Protoss is looking okay. This force looks a little small. I think he's kind of panicking, being like, okay, I wiped out his force, I've got to take out expansion now. But really, I don't think it's going to work because he's a Terran, and you know, he could be using this time to get a really, really big force going, and really get his tech up. But see how it goes. This is a planetary fortress. It's a command center with a huge gun on it, which is frickin' awesome. I don't know if you can lift it off. Looks like you can't, otherwise he would have. Or maybe he just wants to keep shooting. He knows how strong it is. But, oh man, that command center has like 2 hit points. Okay. It survived. Lucky break for David Kim. Thors are cool, man. They have the coolest voice. Actually, they changed the voice the last BlizzCon. They had this like really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression voice at the first BlizzCon I used them at, and it was awesome. So I want to tell Blizzard now, hey, bring that voice back. You can get me to do it. I'm not going to do it right now. It's my first cast. I'm not going to embarrass myself like that. Nuke drop. Wow. I was too busy talking. I really hope nukes are a viable, competitive mechanic and strategy in StarCraft 2, because I think that'd just be really cool. So he wiped out the workers here and did a lot of damage to the shields with the nuke, and he brought in the Thors, and he's just cleaning house. Oof, that is nasty. There's a Psystorm, nice Psystorm. I'd like to see the utility of Ghost in this game beyond the nuke. I'd really like to see the EMP bullet in action and snipe if they still have it. I don't remember. A couple Colossi. It's not going to do much. In my experience from playing the game, Colossi are way too fragile for their cost and don't do enough damage. There's another nuke to take out some shields. Oh, 2 nukes. That's going to take out the whole base. For my money, I think a Marauder, like 2 Colossus worth of Marauders, is just going to be way better than 2 Colossi. You know, I know they're a support unit, and you can't really compare them that way, but I don't know, man. Colossi die really quick. Terran is gathering up at his rally point outside his natural. Here comes a small Protoss force. I think he's just kind of hoping, hey, maybe he doesn't have a bunch of units there. Oh, yeah, he does. Damn. If that was me, I would not have macroed for 5 minutes. I would have 12,000 minerals, and he would have just wiped out my natural. But David Kim's a better player than me, so that works out. Here's another nuke. This is brutal. He's warping in, but the medevac's healing it. And if the last one is any lesson, it's not going to work. Yep. Medevacs seem cool. I think this game is not looking so hot now for the Protoss. He's losing expansions. He's got a ton of idle probes. David Kim is macroing like crazy and being really aggressive. And he's not Flash, you know. I mean, he didn't like just absolutely control the map and do everything he could have done to win the most efficient way possible, but he did a really good job with his macro and map control for what it was. Could have been a lot more map control, but I still think he did a good job. Here comes a sentry. He's probably going to kill this whole army. Oh, okay. Well, Marauders. These are these big armored guys here. They're quite special. Those guys with medevacs are just a huge pain in the ass and make me sad. Yeah, so Protoss down to 200 minerals, long distance remote mining. It's really quite sad now. Like, makes me sad. That's okay. It was a good game. I don't think there's any way to come back. Yeah, timer's almost over. There it is. GG. Cool. Well, leave me some feedback. You know, tell me how I did. I've never done this before, but it was pretty fun. So as I loosen up, I'm sure it'll get even more fun. So thanks for listening. Have a good one.